Hi and welcome, it's Ruth here and I'm taking part in the Stamp Around UK vlog hop. Now the theme this month is flowers and I am really pleased to be able to play with this gorgeous new die set. It's called Fragrant Layers and it actually does match a stamp set, but I'm not kind of planning to use a stamp set today. I'm playing with the dies. So I've cut most of these out, apart from, I didn't use this window one and these ones down here, but all the flowers and leaves. And I've cut out some in Darling Duckling. And the plan is to actually put some colour onto them later, but I just wanted a base colour. So that's a little tip that I would give you for if you wanted different coloured die cuts, is to actually cut a light base colour and then add colour later on. Could do that with pens, blends, we'll see how we go. Then the other thing I've done is I've cut myself a card base, so pretty much used up the whole A4 piece of cardstock here, and this measures 14.5 centimetres across by 21, of course doubled up, that would be 29 centimetres in total there. Then what I've done is I actually did a little sketch off to the side here and wanted to figure out how I would get some columns of DSP. So here I have, these measure 3 centimetres by 20.5 centimetres and I have 4 of those. And they're cut with the DSP, from the DSP, the snowflakey piney one. I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, I'll put the description in, I'll put the codes in the description. All right, so those are going to form my background, and I just really love how you've got this lovely kind of salted mottle effect, watercolor mottled effect on the back there. So you've got it very green but yet got texture, and I think that's going to make a really lovely backdrop then to all the flowers that I have here. Right, so I do actually want this to be a Christmas card, so I'm going to grab something red to colour in. Now I do have some new blends. I've restocked my blends, Stampin Up blends, so I might actually use those to do some colouring. So the idea is that you have this piece here that then can sit on top of this panel here, and it does fit exactly. So let's have a play. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here I have, is that Poppy Parade? It is. So I'm thinking a little bit lighter on top, and I'm going to just colour in a bit of Poppy Parade from the centre of my flowers going out. And then I was thinking of then colouring these in a little bit darker later on. So quick little brush on of colour like so, and then get dark Poppy Parade to do the outer blooms. And as I said, because I'm using yellow as a base, it's very quickly kind of saturating the red on there. I think if I'd use white, I'd probably have to go over this a couple of times to really get the red to be as vibrant, but doing it straight on the yellow kind of helps a bit, I think. Let me know if you've had experience doing this as well. So dark Poppy Parade around the edge, and then I'm thinking then on this one I'm going to start with dark Poppy Parade in the centre and then perhaps move out then to getting a bit darker later on. So just move those out the way. So around all the inside petals then of these 3 large flowers, I'm going to do dark Poppy Parade, and a little bit in there and in here, and then I'm going to grab some real red now. Let's see if this is darker. Actually, you're not going to see that very much, are you? I'm going to go for dark real red. You're not going to see a lot of it, so I'm not going to actually cover up to the edges. Yeah, I'm just going to colour in at the tops of those petals and then work my way down. let's have a look. See, oh, I've missed a little bit on there, but I'm wondering whether to do it a bit darker. I think I would prefer it darker on the inside. I'm just going to quickly do that while I'm here. I missed a couple of spots. All right, let's go for a bit of darker. Let's go for light cherry cobbler this time. Ooh, yeah, that's way better. Oh, I'm liking that. Okay. Yeah, I prefer the depth of that. Okay, let's see how that looks. So I know I need to fill in a little bit more, but that's looking really nice and vibrant. And let's see how that looks against the green. Oh, very Christmassy. All right, I'm just going to touch that up a little bit, colour in some extra flowers and then come back. So I've coloured in all my flowers and I chose dark cherry cobbler for doing the single flowers there. And the other thing I've done is on the small little flowers, I use Darling Duckling, light Darling Duckling, to just get the tips of those flowers coloured in. And then on the leaves, I've used the dark Darling Duckling as well. All right, so the other thing I've decided is I'm going to use some of these gorgeous gold vellum pieces. And they, again, are coming in the January catalogue. And they're called Beautifully Adorned. And it's an ephemera pack that has gold foil on vellum. And you just pop them out and they're super easy to use. And so I just wanted to add a little bit more because I realised that I needed to use up a bit more space, or wanted to fill a bit more space here. So before I stick my DSP down though, I'm going to give it a little bit of a distress. And I'm going to use my scissors just to go down the edge, just to fluff up the edges a little bit. And I may also do a little bit of wrinkling as well. Just literally, I'm going to scrunch it up in my hand. And it's a really simple technique for adding texture to any of your cards. If you're wanting to, you know, make your cards look that little bit extra special, but you don't want to put any more product on it, we don't want to spend too much time on it, then doing a little bit of distressing actually is a really simple way of doing that. Okay, let's finish that, and then I'm thinking just a light little wrinkle. Not my typical scrunch it up in a ball and then unravel it, but just a light little wrinkle into the paper there before grabbing my glue to stick that down. So although this card will probably be a portrait style card, I've just turned it landscape so it can fit into my camera there, and you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get some glue on here. So I'm just going to do a row of glue across like that. And I have cut these so that there will be a bit of a margin all along. So I'm just lining that up like so, because I know that I have cut that to fit. And then I'm probably going to then do, just to make sure that I end up with the right, I'm just going to swap glues, the right amount of spacing in between. I'm then going to do the bottom one, like so. So if you've not seen the other hoppers in the Stamp Around the UK vlog hop, if you're at my channel first, do check out the description because there will be all the links to the other hoppers. I've not actually taken part in this hop for quite a while, so it's really nice just to be able to come back on board for this one. Unfortunately, life has just got a bit busy, and so some things I've had to just sort of set aside for a little bit. So, but I got a message through reminding me it's happening, and I thought, oh, I've I've got time to do a quick card, so I'll come on and do it. All right, there we go. I've tried to have equal distances between my pieces. I might actually move my end pieces up a little bit because, oh, you know what? I don't think I can. I think they're stuck down. Oh, well, never mind. I've got them, I think I've got them fairly equally distanced on here. I think I made a slight mistake with my measurements. I might have been better. Yes, I would have been better off if I'd done them at 3.5 centimeters. So if you want narrower strips in between, narrower gaps in between, cut these at 3.5 centimeters, not 3. It's too late for me to adjust mine now, so I'm not going to do it. All right, so I'm now going to stick my little floral pieces on, like so, and then a little bit of glue just in some key spots. I don't want to put too much glue on because I don't want it to go everywhere. Stick that on, and then I'm going to create a little bit of dimension by sticking the singular pieces on their own. But before I do that, I want to get a couple of these gold flowers in there. I'm just going to give them a bit of a manipulate with my fingers before I do that. I just want to tuck a gold one under there. Oop. And then again, a little bit of a manipulate there. Stick a gold one by here. And then do a red flower up here. Oh no, I've also got to think about some other gold leaves, but I know what, I'll get these down first and then I'll have a think about that. So I wanted some of these leaves to come out of here. So I think I might just stick those in first. Now what I quite like about this thick vellum is that the glue is not so obvious. Like you can't see it so obviously when you put glue on the back, which is sometimes an issue with lighter weight vellums. So, I mean, I can see a tiny bit, but I think once it's dry, it's going to be great. You won't really notice it. All right, let's get these small pieces adhered. Right, oh, now lining these up, a little tip, look for the petal that's got the definite 3 kind of sections to it. And then, oh, that's a bit too much glue there. Let's remove that. Okay, pop that on there. And then that one. Again, I'm looking for the 3 notches. Line that up. You know, I actually haven't got to worry too much about the glue because I'm going to use dimensionals to stick these little pieces on. Just got to find them. This is where the lovely small ones are really useful. It just so happens today I'm actually matching. I'm wearing clothes that match the colour scheme. Well, certainly the green anyway. So I've got my green bracelet on. It was meant to be, I think, this colour scheme today. Ooh. Don't go flying across the room, flower. All right, I think I'm just going to go and stick some of these down and then come back to you when I'm nearly finished. So I stuck those yellow flowers on, and now I'm popping some of these little leaves in between, just to, I want to make this area in the middle nice and full, so that's what I'm focusing on for now. And I'm just lifting up the flowers just ever so slightly to be able to tuck some of these in. And then I'm thinking I'd like to put a Merry Christmas along here, and I'm going to use some of those nice pre-printed foil elements because they're so lovely. Oh, that'd be nice there. So I think I've only got one more leaf to pop in, and then I'm going to add some more flowers. So throw that under there, and then I'm just using dimensionals for all these pieces because it just adds a nice bit of lift to the whole design. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there already, and then, oh, I don't know, we could have some falling down as if they're falling down from the arrangement. There we go. And then got a little space up here. Right, let me turn it that way, then you can see. I think I'm going to go and grab those sentiments, see where they'll go first, and then so I've got nice quite long season's greetings that could go across that section there. I think I quite like it in the white. I have been putting colour over the top of these, but I think the white just helps it to stand out, and then I've got the little bit of the white of the leaf going through there, so I'm actually quite happy just to leave that colour as it is. Now these have got adhesive already on the back of them, however I think I'd like it to stand up a little bit, so I'm going to again use some little mini dimensionals just to pop up the sentiment. Oh no, okay, no, start again. Okay, so you've got to be very specific about laying these on, because of course this area here is already sticky, so as soon as that dimensional touches it, it's stuck for good. So just be aware of that, to be very careful as you lay these on. Okay, let's see how that looks across there. I think just there's fine, so I'm trying to get that in the middle. There we go. And oh, I have more flowers left to put on. Oh, that's nice. And I was going to do maybe a little bit of bling, and I've remembered that the gold vellum pieces actually has some little circular pieces that might look quite nice. Move that up a little bit. There we go. Actually, I've also remembered that it's got some of these as well. Now, whether or not that's just gilding the lily, I'll see. Let me have a look what that looks like underneath. Oh, I could pop that underneath. Okay, let's just see how actually stuck down this is. I put it down very lightly, so I've got a little bit of grace to pull that back up. Okay, I'm thinking putting that down first. Yay. Okay, let's do that. I'm just going to pop a dimensional. Actually, I could put one in the middle, couldn't I? Because it's going to get covered up with the sentiment anyway. So that kind of just double frames it, as it were. Double frames the gold. It's got the white around it, and then it's going to have this lovely vellum. Oh, that is nice. Oh, I like that. What do you think? I hope you like that. All right, and then I noticed there are these really cute little gold pieces here that I could have like tumbling down. So put one of those there. Have I got any more of those? Well, there's 2 sheets of each design, so if you decide, oh yeah, I like something, right, I think we'll just go for 3 of those, you know, rule of 3 and all that. So we could do, actually 1 there's fine. and then maybe one there, and then one. No, I don't want that on the same row. I've got this thing about I don't like things being on the same row. Okay, one up there, one there, and then one up there. Okay, yes, that'll do. Okay, again, we'll use dimensionals, because why not? Because of the thickness of the vellum, as I said, you can't see it behind. Well, barely see it. Pop that one up there, and then got two more little yellow flowers. Oh, maybe tuck one underneath there. So I'm feeling like these are a little bit too yellow now, and I'm wondering whether to pop a little red centre into them. Then if I put a red centre, it's going to bring too much attention to them. So I don't know, I think I might just leave it as it is. Right, if I lift my camera up a little bit, or if I pull out a bit, there we go. You can see my messy desk, but there you get to see the whole card like that. So there we go. Thank you for watching my video for the flowers theme of the Stamp Around UK vlog hop. And as I said, I will put the links of the other hoppers in the description. I'm just doing a little bit of a final tweak, just pulling back that paper so that you get to see the back of it. Just a tiny smidge there. There we go. There you have a very brightly festive card with the season's greetings from that fabulous kit of different greetings. And again, I will just pop all the products, I'll list them below. Now, just to warn you that the brand new product that I've used, so the vellum and the dies, if you're a customer, they're not going to be available until the 6th of January for you. However, if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order them now. And you can also sign up as a demonstrator currently. It's only £99 and you choose £130 a product. Just email me if you're interested. All right, take care for now. Bye bye.